Superman. He's faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and his origin story? Just as inspiring as the hero himself. Let's rewind to the 1930s. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, two Jewish kids from Cleveland, weren't your typical high school heroes. Growing up as the sons of Jewish immigrants during a time of rising anti-Semitism wasn't easy. They were outsiders. Jerry, a quiet, introverted writer who'd lost his father in a robbery, and Joe, a bespectacled artist bullied for his awkward demeanor. The world didn't feel like a safe place for kids like them. They faced bullies, cultural prejudice, and the shadow of a society that wasn't exactly rooting for them. But instead of wallowing, they dreamed big. Superman was their escape, their speaker, their hope. Born in Jerry's bedroom during a sleepless night, Superman was initially imagined as a bald villain with telepathic powers. But soon, the duo flipped the script. Inspired by myths like Hercules and Moses, they created a new kind of hero, a defender of the downtrodden, a symbol of justice, and the ultimate embodiment of the immigrant dream in the American way. Superman didn't just punch villains, he punched societal problems. His early comics tackled corrupt politicians, greedy landlords, and even domestic abusers. A defender of the powerless, a symbol of hope in a world teetering on the brink of despair. Jerry's heartbreak over losing his father, a tailor, to a robbery may have inspired Superman's earliest stories, including one where the victim bore a resemblance to his dad. Superman officially debuted in Action Comics #1 in 1938. Unlike other fictional heroes of the time, Superman's early stories were ripped from the headlines. He tackled real-world issues, corporate greed, corrupt politicians, abusive landlords, and systemic injustices. Jerry and Joe weren't just telling stories. They were channeling the frustrations of everyday people. Superman wasn't just leaping tall buildings. He was punching through societal walls. And then, Hitler showed up. In 1940, Superman took the fight to the Nazis. In Look magazine, he flew to Berlin, grabbed Hitler and Stalin by the scruffs of their necks, and delivered them to the League of Nations. One iconic quote from the comic reads, "I'd like to land a strictly non-Aryan sock on your jaw, but there's no time for that. You're coming with me while I visit a certain pal of yours." It was pure fantasy propaganda, but it hit hard. Germany, furious, declared Superman Jewish propaganda and banned him. But by then, it was too late. Superman was already a household name, proving that truth, justice, and the American way were stronger than fascism. As his popularity soared, the radio show in the 1940s cemented the mythology. It gave us Jimmy Olsen, Kryptonite, and the phrase that's now synonymous with superhero awe. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. This tagline wasn't just catchy. It highlighted the surreal wonder of seeing something impossible. The flying man wasn't just a symbol of hope. He was the impossible turned reality. Superman became an unstoppable force, a symbol for the American spirit and a universal dream for justice. But while Superman soared to fame, Jerry and Joe struggled. When they sold the rights to Superman for a meager $130, they had no idea their creation would grow into a global phenomenon. They thought it was just another comic book story, not the birth of a legend. In the 1970s, with Superman, the movie, starring Christopher Reeve, on the horizon, comic book fans and creators rallied to bring attention to Siegel and Shuster's plight. DC Comics, eager to avoid bad press, agreed to pay each of them $20,000 annually, later increased, for the rest of their lives, along with health benefits. They also credited Siegel and Shuster as Superman's creators in all media. It was a bittersweet resolution. They were recognized, but the real profit was long out of their hands. Superman wasn't just a comic book hero. He was a lifeline for two Jewish boys in a tough world. A cultural icon who showed that standing up for what's right isn't just possible, it's necessary. His story is more than capes and Krypton. It's about resilience, rebellion, and the enduring power of dreams. And honestly, the guy beat Hitler before America even joined the war. If that's not the ultimate flex, what is?